Hey everybody, Home Slice Henry here, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look at a brand new Pokemon in the world of Pokemon Go, Bewear. Bewear is a normal and fighting type Pokemon with the moveset of Shadow Claw, Superpower, and Payback. Even though it does get access to the legacy move of Drain Punch, currently in Pokemon Go, Drain Punch is a really bad charge move, so personally, I would recommend running Payback instead. Honestly, I had an absolute blast running this Pokemon in the Retro Cup, and it broke a ton of cores. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Bewear in action in the Retro Cup. Picking up a pretty nice lead in the first match, Bewear into Walrein. I really like seeing Walrein with this team because the whole team has pretty nice matchups against it. I will overfarm, go for the Superpower, we get the shield, I'm going to save switch into Shadow Hypno, and the opponent responds with Jellicent. This is typically a bad matchup for Hypno, but with the shield advantage, I can actually flip switch here. So I am going to shield up. It is the Shadow Ball that is absolutely clutch to not get baited there. But now I'm going to do a bit of baiting myself, going for the Thunder Punch. We get the shield, and we would have outpaced them to their Shadow Ball, so they're forced to go for a Bubble Beam instead. Could only be a Bubble Beam, so we're going to tank that no problem. And even a debuffed Shadow Ball, more than enough to take down the Jellicent, and we have successfully won back switch advantage. The opponent does bring back in the Walrein. Walrein did have quite a bit of energy when it switched out. I'm just going to let the Hypno be taken out here. Icicle Spear plus a fast move, enough to take us out, and back in comes Bewear. Bewear gets to these superpowers very quickly. I will commit the shield on the Icicle Spear. They bring in the final Mon, it's Froslass. We reach the Payback, and this is going to be one-shotting the Froslass. The Walrein Froslass core getting core broken by Bewear. They're forced to throw energy because we would have reached a superpower. Icicle Spear just about takes us out. And from here, Jellicent is going to comfortably be able to reach a Shadow Ball. Even if they go for an Earthquake, Jellicent tanks that no problem. We're able to reach the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to be taking care of the Walrein. And that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, setting Bewear into Shadow Hypno. This is a very poor lead. I'm going to throw one Shadow Claw and then switch into my own Hypno, so that way I get a bit of an energy lead on Bewear, but the confusion is actually deferred onto my own Hypno. They're going to bring in Lickitung. I do build up to a potential Focus Blast, but they do not respect it. That is unfortunate. Was hoping to try and grab a shield there. No such luck. They go for the Body Slam. Body Slam is going to be getting me low, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make a third Thunder Punch here. I am really going to try, but we fall just short. From here, I'm going to go for a hyper-aggressive, double-resisted Shadow Claw farm down with Bewear. I need to try and leave with a lot of energy here. They are able to reach a second move, and I'm going to commit the shield. I do want to try and preserve some health, because if I can leave with a lot of energy, I do have access to Payback to take down the Hypno. Back in comes the Hypno, and I'm going to be going straight for the Payback. Do they respect it? They do not! Down goes Shadow Hypno, and they have Greedent in the back. And at this point, this game should be over. We go for the Superpower, we get the shield, I try and catch a Body Slam, but no such luck. Thankfully, they have no way to reset any potential debuffs, so I'm just going to be going straight for the Bubble Beams in this matchup. Bubble Beam not doing a whole lot of damage, but they have no way to raise that attack back up, so any debuff will help. They are going to be going for a second Crunch, not enough to KO. I am going to be farming up, and I believe this is just a Body Slam, so I'm going to let it through. It is just a Body Slam, not enough to KO, and we're able to reach another Bubble Beam. From here, my switch clock should be up, so I bring back in Bewear, and I am going to farm up until just short of the back-to-back superpowers. Superpower, taking out the Greedent, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bewear into another Walrein. We saw how this played out in the first match. I do like to overfarm in this matchup, go for the Superpower, and then if it's shielded, I will save switch out of here. I can tank an Icicle Spear. Bewear, as I mentioned, not the tankiest Mon ever, but we do survive it. I'm going to farm up until right before they reach a second and go for the Superpower. Superpower takes down the Walrein. They have Medicham. I'm going to save switch into Shadow Hypno, and we bait out Trevenant. Trevenant over farms, and they let me reach a Shadow Ball. That is quite nice. This should be forcing a shield, and now I'm just going to try and get to a Thunder Punch. They do not let me, and they're going to be throwing the Seed Bomb. From here, though, I should be in a pretty solid spot because I can bring in Bewear and commit to the farm down. If I commit to the farm down, I should leave with a payback, and even a neutral non-stab payback is going to do a ton of damage onto the Medicham. So I will commit the shield. Honestly, I could have just let it go, but I'm trying to try out Bewear. We double shield, farm down, going for the payback. Big damage onto the Medicham, and now I bring in Jellicent, and from here, I can just go straight Bubble Beam. They're going for the Psychic. Psychic not going to be doing enough damage, and especially not after I debuff them. We're going for the Bubble Beam. We get the shield, and from here, we reach Bubble Beam number 2. This is going to be taking care of the Medicham, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bewear into Alolan Graveler. This is a pretty decent lead. Opponent is going to save switch into a Froslass, and another opponent's team absolutely core broken by Bewear. I will commit the shield. Froslass does hit very hard, but we are going to count up quite carefully here. Switch and catch the second Avalanche onto our Jellicent, where it is going to be resisted. From here, it should be low enough that we farm down before they reach a Shadow Ball. I believe this should only be a second Avalanche there. And now we have a ton of energy on both Bewear and Jellicent to deal with whatever they happen to have in back. They're going to bring back in the Alolan Graveler. I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball, wanting to get the damage, and we do. Alolan Graveler trying to Volt Switch down, but not before we get to a Bubble Beam. That is fantastic. Bubble Beam able to get the shield, and I have a Superpower loaded. I go for the Superpower, but they make a phenomenal catch, catching the Superpower onto Shadow Hypno. But you know what? I have a payback loaded too. Do they respect the payback? They do not. We confusion down with Shadow Hypno, and at this point, this game is over. Opponent waiting to bring in that Alolan Graveler, but Alolan Graveler is not going to be outputting enough damage. They're running Stone Edge as well. We're able to farm down, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bewear into another Shadow Hypno. Again, very bad lead. I'm going to throw one Shadow Claw and then switch into my own Shadow Hypno. Their Hypno is staying in. They build up to the Shadow Ball and they're going for a move. I have to respect it. Just a Thunder Punch. They're staying in, and then they bring in Altaria. Here's definitely a situation where I wish that I had Ice Punch. Thunder Punch doesn't do a whole lot of damage, whereas a double super effective Ice Punch would really make a dent onto this Altaria. Going for Thunder Punch number 2, hoping that we can reach a third, but Altaria is able to reach a move. I'm just going to let myself get taken out, and then I'm going to go for an ambitious farm down with Bewear. This is a very healthy Altaria though, and Altaria is able to reach a move. Things are not looking great. I'm down 2 shields to 0. I really need to make something happen here. They're going to be bringing in the Hypno. I'm actually going for a Superpower bait to try and grab a shield and then go for the payback. Really needing this to land. Even at -1, it will do massive damage, but they respect it. And at this point, I'm in a lot of danger. They go for the Shadow Ball. That almost takes me out. At this point, I'm not going to win the game. I just want to see what they have in the back. We're able to reach the Shadow Ball. Did we have a chance to win this game? We did not. They have Noctowl in the back, and that is a good game. Picking up the Dream lead in the next match, Bewear into Jellicent. Opponent is going to save switch into a Froslass, but that is not much better for the opponent, as they are still taking massive super effective damage from the Shadow Claws. I will shield up the first, and then I'm going to try and catch the second Avalanche, but I end up miscounting and I don't make the catch. And this is not good. I'm forced to commit the second shield. I'm going to bank as much energy as possible and bring in the Jellicent. Jellicent will be able to farm down with only taking an Avalanche, but at this point, I've expended both shields, so things are not looking great for me. They bring in their own Jellicent, and I am not going to bait. I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does big damage. They're going to be forced to throw. Unfortunately, we lose CMP on the Bubble Beam, as I do only have one attack. Shadow Ball takes me out. I bring in Hypno, and the final Pokemon in the back is Altaria. Altaria has 2 shields. I have 0, but I have a ton of energy loaded on Bewear. Going for the Thunder Punch, and we're able to get the shield. Now, if at all possible, unfortunately, we are lagging a ton here, and they reach a move. I was going to say, if at all possible, I want to try and make it to a Shadow Ball. They go for the Moonblast for extra damage, but it's not enough to take us out. We are able to reach the Shadow Ball. Back in comes Bewear, and I'm going for the Superpower Bait. They have to shield at this point. We do get the shield, and we have the payback loaded. This is going to be taking care of the Altaria, and then bring back in Jellicent. We farm down the Jellicent, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bewear into Altaria. Not a great lead, Bewear not the tankiest, so I'm going to throw one fast move, and then save switch into Shadow Hypno. Shadow Hypno farming up, and Altaria is able to reach a move. I do tank any one move from this health range. They go for the Sky Attack. I'm farming up quite a bit, and I'm going to be going for the Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch, not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but we do get the shield. They try and catch the Thunder Punch onto Deoxys, but we hold on to our energy, and we're going to be able to connect with a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does big damage. Defense Deoxys able to counter down, but they have taken a lot of damage. Most Deoxys that I've seen in this cup are running Rock Slide Psycho Boost, so I'm just going to bring in my Jellicent. They are only running Rock Slide and Psycho Boost, so I can very safely Hex all the way down and leave with a ton of energy loaded. They're going for another move. We tank the Rock Slide. Jellicent farming down, and now we have a lot of loaded energy. They bring back in the Altaria, and I am going to be going for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball gets the shield. At this point, I could trust in 2-shield Bewear, but I like having options. So I am going to commit the shield on the Sky Attack because I will be able to reach a Shadow Ball. This is going to be taking out the Altaria, and then it depends what they have in the back. Down goes Altaria, and it's Shadow Nidoqueen, and this game is over. They decide to throw some energy. Honestly, I'm going to let this go. Let's let Bewear finish the job. In comes Bewear, Shadow Nidoqueen, counting to 5, going for a Poison Fang. I do not need to shield this Poison Fang. Poison Fang, we tank that, and we reach the payback. Payback is going to be doing massive damage, taking down the Shadow Nidoqueen, and that is a good game. Hopping to the final match, leading Bewear into another Altaria. Again, not the greatest lead ever, so I am going to save switch into Shadow Hypno, and I am immediately punished by a Cofagrigus. Unfortunately, Cofagrigus is able to outpace. I'm not willing to commit a shield here. They go Dark Pulse, it doesn't KO, and we're able to reach the Shadow Ball. That is big. This is going to get a shield advantage, and the fact that they have Dark Pulse instead of Psychic means that they are absolutely walled by Bewear. Bewear doesn't have to shield a thing. We're just going to be able to fully Shadow Claw down and leave with a massive amount of energy. Bewear absolutely loading up on energy. We are going to tank this Dark Pulse, no problem. They try and snipe with Altaria, but I'm able to go for the payback. This will do quite a lot of damage if it lands, which it does. And now in comes Jellicent. If they're leading Altaria, they have to have a Wall Rain counter in the back. Typically, that's a counter user. And if it's a counter user, I need to save shields because counter double resisted, not going to be doing a whole lot of fast move pressure to me. It's probably going to just be the charge moves that I have to worry about. And as you're going to see, it ends up being defense Deoxys. So saving the shields ended up being the right call. I am going straight for the Shadow Ball. I do not want to give them the opportunity to call it, and we get the shield. At this point, I haven't shielded yet this match. It's definitely time to start, so I am going to double shield. The one thing I have to watch for is a potential catch. So I am going to commit the shield, wait a bit, throw in the middle of their counter so they're not able to catch, and this is going to just about take out the defense Deoxys. Back in comes Cofagrigus. We farm down with Bewear, and now we get to pay back the defense Deoxys. Bewear going for the overkill, and that is a good game. All in all, I really enjoyed running Bewear in the Retro Cup. It was definitely disappointing seeing how poor of a move that Drain Punch was, but what I'd recommend is build one without Drain Punch that you can use for now, but still hold on to a Drain Punch Bewear in case it gets a future move update that makes it a better charge move. Since it is a legacy move, it's worth hanging on to one even if you don't build it yet, on the off chance that they end up buffing the move. But for now, running Superpower and Payback, Bewear has a ton of play in the Retro Cup and honestly felt like a really nice core breaker, able to do a ton of damage and get a lot of wins. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been Home Slice Henry.